Hello everyone, we are back with the second part of the video where we were talking about how to shortlist universities. So in the first part, we talked to you about the ways in which you can filter the universities in a very broader perspective, depending on specific keywords where you go on internet and search, and then you come up with a preliminary list. And then from the preliminary list, you can start narrowing it down based on the kind of programs, the research options, the courses, the electives, the tuition fees and stuff and all of that. Once you've narrowed down the list, let's say from 40 to about 20 universities, obviously I cannot apply to 20 universities because there is going to be a huge cost involved in it, because there is definitely going to be an application fee to these universities. So when there is an application fee involved in these universities, I definitely cannot afford to apply to 20 universities. So I will have to either bring it down to 8 universities or 10 universities that I'm very keen on applying to. So how do I go on further narrowing from 20 universities to 8 to 10 universities? You will have to start looking at different resources. usnews.com can help you, give you an idea on some basic idea on what could be the rankings of these universities. There is also a website for the educationusa.com, which is a government approved website which gives you a lot of resources and inputs on how the universities are graded or ranked in the United States. So that will give you an initial idea on how you can, arrange these universities or rank these universities. And you can also refer to a lot of external sources where there are university websites, or there are specific websites where they quote the median salary of applicants who graduate from these kind of universities. That also can be taken as a base reference for you to filter and narrow down the universities. Location can play a very vital role where you can further narrow down the universities based on the locations of the universities, and then we can start categorizing them as very ambitious, moderate and safe. So when you categorize these universities in these order, like very ambitious, moderate and safe, you get a fair idea on the final 8 or 10 universities that you're going to take to. You have to make sure that the list is pretty balanced, because guys, I cannot be applying to all very ambitious universities and hope that I will get 1 or 2 admits. What you have to keep in mind here is, fine, I want to get only into the very ambitious and the ambitious ones. That's perfectly fine. But then when I go to the visa interview, or when I'm applying for a visa, specifically for the United States, they want to know how many admits you've got. And sometimes, not always, is a little riskier when you have only 1 admission. So to increase your chances of getting an admission, we always ask you to categorize the universities, and the 7 and 8 that you ultimately decide to apply to, make sure that it is a balanced list. So let's say somebody wants to apply to 8 universities. You can pick 2 very ambitious, you can pick 3 ambitious, you can pick 3 moderate, and you just can have about 2 safe schools. So when it is balanced in this way, it gives you a lot more an edge and confidence that yes, when I have about 4 or 5 university admissions, at the end of it, then I'm sure that you will be able to pick the best choice depending on how and what admissions you receive, because that will also buy you enough time for those many months until the decisions are rendered to do an in-depth research and connect with people on LinkedIn or social media and join the Facebook groups or other social medias. There are specific groups of these universities where you can interact and figure out what was the average class profile people who got into these universities, and based on that you can have the classification done. If you're having trouble classifying, if you don't know what matches to your profile and you're finding it a little difficult, we as experts are available to help you classify, because we come with an experience of about 14 to 15 years. We've been sending 500 students plus every year to the United States alone, apart from the other countries. So we know what kind of profile can get into what kind of university, and based on that we can help you classify as well. So if you want to seek professional help, we are always there. But if not, there are a lot of sources available on the internet, like LinkedIn, like usnews.com, like the Education USA Department website, which will give you a fair idea on how you can categorize, classify your universities, and at the end of the day, pick a balanced list of universities to apply for, because we also know that there are a lot of universities which are GPA centric. There are a lot of universities which are GRE centric. There are a lot of universities which prefer applicants with work experience. So all those parameters have to be taken into consideration when we are applying to the universities. And if you get a hang of all this, I'm sure you should not be finding it difficult to get a balanced list at the end of it to apply. So guys, the fall 2024 applications are approaching soon, and my next video is going to talk to you about the specific timeline chart that you have to keep in mind if you have to apply to the universities for the fall of 2023 semester. By when, what needs to be ready so that it gives you a head start and you could be an early bird applying to the universities. Please do not forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, because that way I'm sure you'll not miss any of our informative videos that we are going to release in future about all your study abroad plans. Thank you so much and keep watching.